brothers and sisters. Even in your hardest moments, God has never left your side. When you feel weak, He gives you strength. If you feel lost, God will guide you to safety.
Cleanse your mind and receive today's scripture.
Welcome. We're here to really get into the heart of things, pull out those key nuggets of knowledge, a single, really profound line from the Gospel of John. And it's one of those verses that genuinely makes you stop and think.
It really does.
Imagine this. You claim you're deeply loyal to, say, a really powerful leader, right?
Okay.
But then you openly reject their most trusted ambassador, the person they sent directly. Does that claim of loyalty actually hold up?
Probably not. It seems contradictory.
Exactly. And that's pretty much the uncomfortable spot Jesus puts people in with John 8.42. He says, and this is the King James Version.
Right.
If God were your father, you would love me, for I proceeded forth and came from God. Neither came I of myself, but He sent me. Yeah, authenticity feels key here. And this is where it gets really interesting, I think, because this isn't just Jesus making some historical remark. It's like holding up a mirror, isn't it?
A mirror, exactly. A mirror for personal reflection.
Because when He says this, He's talking directly to people who truly believed, or at least claimed, they were God's children.
Yes, they were quite insistent on that point in the surrounding verses.
But they were actively rejecting Him.
Yeah.
It feels like a direct challenge to how they saw themselves.
Absolutely. And what's fascinating right off the bat is how this verse lays down a pretty stark truth. This idea that genuine love for Jesus and a real connection to the Father, well, they're inseparable.
Inseparable. So not just related, but fundamentally linked.
Yes. It's not subtle. He's basically providing you could call it a relationship litmus test.
A litmus test. I like that phrase. So the core idea then is the way you respond to Jesus is actually the measure of your relationship with God. It's not just about what you say you believe.
Precisely that. If God truly is your Father, Jesus argues, then loving His Son would be the natural result. It would just flow from that relationship.
Like recognizing family.
Kind of, yes. Recognizing Jesus as the embodiment, the expression of God's own love and truth. And this cuts deeper than just, belonging to a certain religious group or following traditions.
Right.
It really forces you to look inward and ask, is my heart truly aligned with God? And that alignment, according to this verse, shows up in love and reverence for Christ. It challenges that sort of pick and choose spirituality sometimes.
And it's not just about loving Jesus in an abstract way, is it? He makes that very specific point about His origin and mission.
That's crucial.
I proceeded forth and came from God. Neither came I of myself, but He sent me. He's really stressing He didn't just decide to show up.
No, He's emphasizing His divine origin and His divine commission. That phrase, proceeded forth and came from God, it speaks to His unique, intimate relationship with the Father. It underlines their unity.
Okay, unity.
And it also reveals the purpose behind His coming. He wasn't acting independently. He was sent.
Sent by God.
Sent by God as part of what theologians often call God's redemptive plan. Basically, God's grand strategy to fix the broken relationship between humanity and Himself.
So like that ambassador example you mentioned earlier?
Exactly like that. If you reject the official chosen representative,
you're essentially rejecting the authority of the person who sent them.
Precisely. So in this context, Jesus is saying that by rejecting Him, these people were effectively rejecting God the Father, the one who sent Him.
Wow. Okay, so translating that to today, it means that claiming to know or follow God while simultaneously sidelining Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, according to this verse, that doesn't really work.
It presents following Jesus not as an optional extra for those connected to God, but as something essential.
Essential.
To love and accept Christ in this view is to accept God's authority, His plan, His message of salvation revealed through Jesus.
That definitely brings us back to that idea of personal reflection and authenticity you mentioned.
It really does. We live in an age where it's easy to present a certain image, even in faith.
Sure, online personas, selective sharing.
Right. performative faith, maybe. This verse just cuts through all that noise. It forces an honest look. Is my claimed love for God real? Is it a genuine connection reflected in my response to Christ? Or is it just, well, a convenient label I put on my own ideas?
It's like a reality check.
The ultimate reality check, perhaps, for modern spirituality. It's a call to move past just saying the right words or doing religious things.
And to actually assess if that relationship with God is authentic deep down.
And authenticity here, it's not just about a warm feeling or saying, I love Jesus, right? The verse implies something more tangible.
Like actions.
Exactly. It suggests that this love is demonstrated, shown in things like obedience to his teachings, genuine devotion, putting your trust, your faith in him. It's not merely emotional or verbal.
So true sonship or daughtership, being truly part of God's family, it's shown by a heart that actually embraces Jesus, his teachings, his authority, his lordship.
That's the picture painted here. Lordship meaning his rightful place as leader and guide in our lives. It's like being part of any family, really. You don't just say you belong. Your life reflects it. Your actions, your commitments.
They show it.
They show it. And maybe in a world where there's so much confusion about spiritual truth, if you want to know and love God, the path is through knowing and loving Jesus. He's presented as the one who came directly from the Father to show us his heart, his plan.
Okay, so wrapping up our deep dive here, it seems pretty clear. John 8.42 draws this incredibly strong line connecting our relationship with God the Father directly to how we respond to Jesus. And it highlights just how significant his divine origin coming from God and his mission being sent by God really are. It ties it all together.
And it's more than just a theological point, isn't it? It really pushes us towards critical thinking about what belief actually is and how it plays out in our actual lives.
Right. It's not just head knowledge.
No, it's about the consistency, or maybe sometimes the inconsistency between what we claim and how we live, how we respond.
So here's something to mull over, maybe. If the real test of our relationship with the sender, with God, is how we respond to the one he sent, Jesus, what might your actions, maybe even your deepest heart attitudes, reveal about who you truly recognize as your Father? It really makes you wonder, doesn't it?